Good Sunday morning, folks. Thanks for joining us on Inside the Valley. We are starting off this morning talking about the upcoming RGV Youth Preparedness Camp, and we are joined this morning by Lieutenant Richard Stubbs with the Wesco Fire Department, and we have John Gracia, who is a youth instructor. So I want to thank you both so much for coming in this morning and chatting with us.
Yes, ma'am.
We have had you come on. I think this is our third year talking about this event, so I think it's really great, and obviously it helps so many people, youth especially in the community, kind of get prepared and kind of know what to do in emergency situations, which I think is super important. But before we get into all the details about how people can sign up, I want to talk a little bit about the camp itself and kind of why you guys decided to do something like this.
Well, you know, the youth is our future, and they're the ones that are going to be leading the way in the next few years. So we wanted to get them prepared as soon as possible. This disaster preparedness camp is really going to help them get a well-rounded education on how to not only take care of themselves, but take care of others.
Yeah.
So, and the great thing about the camp is they're getting a little bit of everything: firefighting, medical, psychological sides of emergencies, and so on. So we really like bringing them in. But yeah, we want our future to be ready for us to take care of us when we retire.
Of course, that's exactly. You want to invest, and then you get a return later on, for sure. Now, John, you have been with the program since the very beginning,
yes,
right?
Ma'am.
Tell me a little bit about how you've seen that kind of transition as being someone, a camp attendee, to now being an instructor yourself.
Well, it just kind of gave me a better point on how to lead groups. So like as a camper, I was really like shy and kind of just like kept to myself. But then after so many years of these camps, I'm like, wow, I really want to be talking to these people right now. So it's been a really great experience for me.
Yeah, and that's something that I've noticed in the years that you've come on and kind of shared this information with a lot of people, is that the instructors that do come on, the youth instructors, have, they started off as campers themselves. And they always all say that same thing. I have noticed that they start off shy, timid, afraid to kind of speak up, not sure how to take a leadership role, and then they graduate to become instructors themselves and know exactly how to take initiative and really, respond to emergency situation, or in general just know how to lead.
Well, that's the best part about this camp, is they're not just coming 1 year and then going out and being done. This camp actually has 3 components to it. We teach them the community emergency response team so they can prepare, like I mentioned earlier, but we also have leadership roles for them. It's a youth-led, adult-assisted camp. So we let them lead on all the different exercises we do, and we do plenty of exercises throughout the week. The final thing they do is a community action plan, where they get to take something back home to their community and help throughout the year. So we can keep this program going. But once these youth become campers, after that they can come back as mentors the next year. And then the following years, we kind of had to create it as we went. They said, well, what do we do now?
Right.
We still want to be involved. So I said, well, why don't you guys start teaching? So now we actually have them meet with the actual subject matter experts, and they become instructors in the class itself, and they take care of all my outside stuff. I don't have to worry about anything outside. I just get instructors for the lecture, and they do an amazing job. And the best part is we're going strong, and this is year number 5 for us. So we've been on the Inside the Valley a few years, but this is our 5th annual RGV Youth Preparedness Camp, and people like John are what really make it happen. I mean, I couldn't do it without them. They really keep this camp strong. People like him coming back over and over again.
Yeah, most definitely. That's absolutely wonderful to be able to have that, and that consistency as well, and kind of as campers, and then as they graduate into the program, and then they recruit more people, and then their friends and their younger siblings or cousins. So I think that's a great way to kind of share the message and just kind of overall, just to branch out to a lot of different people that way, which I think is great. But tell me a little bit about how it's been to be able to use kind of real life situations, as we've had the devastating floods twice in the community back to back. How has it been able to kind of deal with real life situations, and then kind of them go out and say, hey, I've been prepared, I knew what to do, I learned something, this is how we set it to action, and this is how we learn from it?
Well, if you're going to have a disaster preparedness camp, having a disaster in the middle of it is basically something we do, and that actually happened 2 years in a row, 2018 and 2019. And these youth are trained so well that my key group that's been helping me from the beginning, in 2018, after the devastating floods we had around the valley, they actually came back and they worked with us in our emergency operations center. And they're not just doing jobs like carrying boxes and doing that. They're actually writing incident action plans and part of the planning process and helping on a higher level than most people do in their actual job. So it's an amazing thing to see them actually putting it to real life use.
Exactly.
We're hoping not to have flooding during camp this year, though, so, but yeah, I mean, they're really something special. And you know, I really couldn't do this camp if I didn't have all the help. Our city commission, our mayor, our fire chief allow this camp to happen. We have our title sponsor that's been with us for 5 years. That's Nat Medical Center. And really, this camp, I haven't even mentioned that the camp is absolutely free.
Yes.
So you have to get 9 youth and 1 adult together to come to this camp. You get your team, you sign up online at rgvyouthpreparedness.com. And again, it's free. So you have to go through the application process. It's a rigorous application process, but once you get in, you're in, and we take care of everything. You just have to show up, and we feed you, we train you, we house you. So we really have a good time.
Yeah, just be ready to learn. I mean, definitely you can see a little bit. We've been showing little clips and videos from past years, and this is all stuff that you'll get to learn and to really do hands-on activities, which is, I think, the best way to kind of learn. And that way, you know, you can learn amongst your peers, and then, you know, it's a better way to kind of go through it together. And again, this is completely free.
Absolutely.
So if you want to go to their website, if you are interested in this, please go and visit rgvyouthpreparedness.com. There is an application process. You said 9 youth and then 1 adult, correct?
Yes, that's the team.
That is a team that will be coming. And this is people from all over the Rio Grande Valley that can attend? All over
the Rio Grande Valley, yes. And the camp is located in Weslaco, but everybody is welcome. We get quite a few teams out of the other 3 counties. It's not just Hidalgo County, so yeah, we like having them all. We want to spread out and reach everybody.
Of course, that's even better. That's even better to do. I think it's really wonderful that you guys are still being able to kind of continue doing this camp in 5 years, as you mentioned, and I have to imagine that each year you guys are able to reach more people and learn more, and then again to have the returners come back and use the knowledge what they had, learn a little bit, and then share even more to other people.
You know, it's great because, like, even our security detail, we have the Border Patrol Explorers. That's 14 to 18-year-olds that are taking care of security during the day. Weslaco High School Criminal Justice takes care of our security at night. Again, that's high school. So we have about 125 teenagers out there every day. Now, to most people, that's a nightmare, but to me, it's a great time. So we have a wonderful time together, and they all do so well. I mean, they're true professionals, and from day one, when they start and really don't have an idea of what's going on, and we give them a very small exercise, and even that gets messed up, and then the last day where we throw everything in the book at them, and if you're listening to a radio, you would think it was a real operation and a real professional crew. I mean, they do some amazing work, and John's actually taken this out and done this in the real world too. So
it's amazing. And quickly before we go, I just want to mention we didn't even touch on the dates of when this is coming up, but if you want to share when exactly that is coming up this summer.
It's coming up in June 14th through the 18th.
Perfect. June 14th through the 18th. So folks, again, if you want to go ahead and apply, go and visit rgvyouthpreparedness.com. The website is there. You need 9 youth and 1 adult as a team. It is completely free, and everyone across the Rio Grande Valley is invited to attend. So make sure if you are interested to go and apply. I want to thank you both so much for coming in this morning and sharing this. I think this year it's going to be even better. And again, no flooding this year.
Right. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, folks, when we come back, we are talking about colon cancer awareness and how you can participate in an upcoming 5K, so stick with us.